Hi everyone. كيفكم?
What's up?
Yeah, oddly enough, it seems that today there's some sort of massive traffic problem, so people are going to come in one after the other. But we have to start, so we are going to start. Hi, my name is Fadi. Exactly. And I work at Seeqnce. And today I'm very happy to have the Chouchic.com startup presenting and talking about what they do. And what we do at Seeqnce is promote entrepreneurship. We have residing startups, and we do a lot of community activities and that sort of thing. And these things are important because a startup is a continuously evolving entity, and you need to create an environment around it that is continuously evolving and dynamic to always feed in what the startup wants. So we create all of this energy. And for example, we have one startup that is residing at Seeqnce that stole the designer from another startup that was also residing at Seeqnce. Stole in a nice way. Borrowed after they had asked for their permission. And a lot of these things happen if you create this really amazing and energetic environment. Now, tonight is a very special night because we have, for the first time, two women entrepreneurs.
People would still be right, by the way.
Yes. No, but it's true. It's two women entrepreneurs who are in the online space. Chouchic.com is an online fashion flash sales company. And what they do...
Don't ruin the presentation.
What they do is something that they will tell you about. They have launched, they are doing quite well, and they are looking to expand and to even go bigger, to more markets, to more customers. So they will tell you about not just the fashion side of things, but the business side of how you actually run an online fashion company. So I'm going to stop talking because everyone here really wants to meet the two co-founders. So I'm very happy to introduce to you Sara Darwiche, Dina Azar, and Chouchic.com.
Thank you. Thank you, Fadi, for a fabulous introduction. As he mentioned, I'm Sara and this is Dina. We both co-founded Chouchic. Who in the audience knows Chouchic before Seeqnce? 1, 2, 3. That's good. At least we've been doing our marketing properly, in a way. Can somebody from you tell me, what do you know about Chouchic, like in one sentence?
I know that it's an online flash sales website based in
There you
but that's what I really know about.
Exactly. It's an online website that sells designer labels at 70% off. Is anybody a member of Chouchic in the audience? Oh, fabulous! Great. So I'm just going to summarize what Chouchic is. I'm going to summarize what Chouchic is in 5 points, so we get to the good stuff. Okay, so basically we sell designer brands at 70% off. To be able to access the designer brands, you have to be a member, and registration is for free. So basically you register, you go in, and you start shopping. Every day we introduce new sales. They start at noon, and they last for up to 1 week. If you like something and you buy it via our online payment gateway using your credit card, you get your order in 24 to 48 hours if you're in Lebanon, and it's 48 to 72 hours if it's abroad. All deliveries are for free. And returns and refunds are definitely guaranteed. So if it doesn't work out, you can return it. That's for free as well, and you get your full refund. So that's basically a cap of what Chouchic is. So people would normally say to every idea, there's a problem and a solution. So how did we come up with Chouchic.com? There are two sides to this problem. There's the supplier, and then there's the consumer. Is anybody in the audience a supplier or has worked in the retail industry? One person. Great. So you can understand when I talk about inventory overstock and the brand's reputation. So let's say you're ordering for next season, and they tell you that next summer, it's going to be a fabulous summer. There's going to be millions of new tourists coming in, and that you should prepare yourself. So instead of ordering your usual 10 pairs of jeans, you order 20 thinking that there's going to be demand. For some political, social, economical reason, something happens, and the tourists that were supposed to be coming don't come. So instead of not selling your 20 pairs of jeans, you end up just selling the 10. So you're left with excess inventory. They're stuck in your inventory room, and your cash is not liquid. That's solidified in them. As a supplier, you have overstock, and you obviously, what do you do with your overstock?
Basically, I was working for European brands, retail chains. So in some case, the merchandise gets to go back to the supplier in Europe, or it gets to be sold at 90% sale.
Exactly. So what normally you would do with your excess inventory is you would try and sell it off to an outlet. And you would sell it off, as you said, 90%, and it would be piled up in piles, and you'd have to like go through it. Most of the brands don't accept that. For a fact, D&G would never ever sell their clothes to an outlet because it will tarnish and ruin their brand reputation. So if you actually have that as a brand, you imported it, you know that you have overstock now, and then you can't sell it to any kind of outlet because it will ruin their brand reputation and yours in a way.
Supplier doesn't let you.
Exactly, supplier doesn't let you. So you have overstock, the supplier doesn't let you. Now, problem 2 is the consumer. I'm not going to ask who here shops because obviously you all do, correct? Great. So the 3 main problems of a consumer are 1, price. So what you used to get for $100 in clothes now costs you $500. So your pair of jeans are like not tripled, they're quadrupled the price than they used to be. 2 is time. So you only have, let's say, Saturdays to go shopping. So you don't want to waste your time trying to find the perfect pair of pants. And 3, convenience and availability. So you decided to take Saturday to go shopping. You get into your car. There's a lot of traffic. You get to the store. You don't find your size. You do find the right pair. They're too expensive, etc. So you have overstock and price, time, and convenience. So the solution is a new channel of distribution called flash sales. So we get rid of the supplier's excess inventory, and we sell it to you at designer discounts. So I'm going to let Dina talk about the business model.
Okay, so our business model is based on 3 S's: selection, scarcity, and service. What we basically do is we contact retailers from all around the world, locally or international, and also brands. We go there physically, we select the stock that we want and that we think would sell on Chouchic.com. We shoot it and we upload it on the website with full description and with the available sizes, etc. And then you, as members, you log into the website, you browse the selection, and you pick what you like. You pay online, and we deliver it for free to your doorstep. So that's basically from A to Z how it works. And to explain even further, we have a video that our friend Zena Tabbara from Cinemas did for us. She produced for us. I hope you like it. Wow!
All right. So as you can see, this is the first part of what Chouchic is. Do you all have a general idea of what we do? Yes? Great.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you keep your inventory?
Do we keep our inventory?
Do you have a warehouse?
We do. We have a warehouse. We have 2 warehouses. We have one in the free zone and one in Lebanon. And yeah, some inventory we actually keep because we purchase, and some we get on consignment.
So you actually purchase the products before you sell them. You don't sell them, purchase from them.
Both. So it really depends on your deal with the supplier.
One more question. Do you sell for males or only females?
We're going to get to that right now. All right. So let me just tell you of how we actually got to be and how we started Chouchic. So I used to live in London, and I worked, sorry for a second here. Thank you, Fadi. All right, I used to live in London about 1.5 years ago. I moved here. I used to work, a big hand for Samir.
Hey, don't try to move it around. Put it somewhere.
Thank you. All right, so 1.5 years ago, I moved to Lebanon. Prior to that, I used to live in London, and I worked for a fashion house called Cara Ross. We sold jewelry and exotic skin handbags. And what happened is the way we got rid of our overstock is through this channel of flash sales. So we used to work with Carcosa, which is a UK flash sale, and our US office used to work with Guild Group, which is also a pioneer of flash sales. So hence, I got the actual knowledge of how it works on the inside from both the retailer and the supplier's point of view. I mean, exactly. During that time, setting up the company, registering the brand, the logo, etc., I met Dina in AUB. She was a classmate of mine. And throughout those 6 months, I tried to convince her, and I did endlessly tell her to resign and join Chouchic, and it finally worked. And I'll let you know what Dina brought to our team.
Okay, so as Sara mentioned, we met in EUB, and then we went our separate ways. She moved to London, and I moved to Milan. I did my master's in fashion marketing management, and then I stayed there for an extra year, and I worked with Prada Group as an assistant showroom manager. Then after that, I decided to move back to Lebanon, and I started working with Tatin Boutique. I'm sure most of you know it. As an operational manager, I was doing all of their marketing, their operations, day-to-day operations in the store, and also the buying. And then Sara came along. She convinced me to quit, to leave my job at Tatin, and to start my own thing.
That was not easy.
It wasn't easy, and then after like 3 months of negotiation, I decided to leave, and I joined the team in August.
All right, so you can see our organizational chart. It looks like it's a lot of people doing a lot of things, but technically speaking, Dina, I, and Zena run the show from the office. Everything in blue is what we currently do. Everything is green is what we're still looking for, and everything in purple is when we grow, what will grow with us in terms of team. So basically, Dina and I are the founders. We're the CEOs, COOs. We're the buyers. Zena deals with our marketing, with our merchandising. We dabble with the design, but we definitely still are looking for a full-time design team, somebody to deal with our social media respondents, and of course the web developers, because it's always a constant thing. You have the developers that developed your website, but you need somebody to constantly update it if you need to, like, the minor changes. We outsource a lot of our other departments. The most important thing as a startup is to always get your legal and your accounting department. You do not want to start a business without these two, and you don't want to waste your time doing all the legal and all the accounting, because that is not what, if that's not what your business is, you don't want to do that. And we also outsource our photography, our advertising, and our web hosting, because it's much easier and they're better at it. So I'm not going to bore you with who our consumers are, because obviously you do know. It's males and females between the age of 20 and 45 that like fashion or like bargains, etc. Got it? Should I move on? I'll move on to the good stuff. So the question is, why are we,
In
in terms of your consumers, would you say are they most Lebanese or from the Gulf?
Okay, no, we are targeting the region. We're targeting the entire MENA region. And to answer right now, Lebanese, because I'll explain that in a bit. We're just focusing on Lebanon as our test market. So we started. Do you want to talk about that, or shall I? We started. We literally launched the website in September, and we did not wait for a year and a half to test the website and make sure it's working. We actually got the website done, ready in 8 months, and we launched it. We used Lebanon, because it's a small market, as our test market to make sure that the website runs correctly, to learn what consumers want from online, et cetera, et cetera. Literally now, as our second quarter, we're going to start our advertising and expand throughout the regions. We do have sales abroad, definitely, but Lebanon has been really strong now because we've only focused on the Lebanese markets. So we launched with women just to test it out, and then we were going to introduce men. And the only reason we launched with women is I'm going to start backwards to explain why we launched with women. These are just a couple of points from a million pieces of paper that we actually read. So 70% of the women in Saudi Arabia are part of their consumer spending. 40% of them actually own the wealth. There was a study that 50% of them actually visit online websites 5 times a month, which is actually a very high number. And 70% of them actually shop online. This is just women. They also, 70% of women from the Middle East, from the MENA region, actually use social networks, websites, which is excellent for us. So it's our marketing tool. And women in the Middle East control $383 billion. So that is a big number. Exactly. When we control the region.
That is a good question.
Okay, so when we first started, all research says that the internet in the MENA region is 3 out of 10 users. Some people consider that low, but technically it's not low, because from those 3 out of 10, which is 32% are internet users, that is 20 million online shoppers. 20 million online shoppers is a big pool of clients. So we decided to start with females because it's clothes and accessories, and then soon introduce men. And believe it or not, we actually have a lot of requests asking when is the men going to start.
Sorry, just a question. Out of the 20 million online shoppers, what is the percentage of that that's apparel? I mean, out of the 20 million online shoppers, what's the percentage of them that are spending money on clothes versus electronics? Or because I feel that...
Yeah, that ranks 6 out of 10. So it's the 6th. So there is cars, etc. I think it was electronics, cars,
tickets.
Properties, tickets, books.
Reservations.
Yeah, reservations.
Hello, welcome. Please have a seat.
And another question, where you're saying that visit these 5 different sites to purchase. Do you know where the majority of those sites are originated from? Or any of them?
No, there are some regional and there are some international.
Like more like the Net-a-Porter.
Exactly. Net-a-Porter was one of, yeah, definitely. Net-a-Porter was one of the highest. They actually.
Did any regional sites come up in terms of e-tailers?
Not e-tailers. Because there aren't any really strong e-tailers that are as big as Net-a-Porter or Victoria's Secret yet in the MENA region. Any other questions regarding this?
Let's leave
till the end. So I'm gonna let Dina tell you actually how we got our message across.
Okay. So how do we spread the word, and how are we still spreading the word about Chouchic.com? We use 5 main different marketing tools. The first is, I'm sure like all of you have Facebook and Twitter, and I'm sure all of you check your Facebook account more than 10 times per day. So it is yeah, exactly.
More than 10. Okay.
More than 10.
You should check your Facebook. Facebook sends me emails saying you should check your Facebook.
It reminds you. Exactly. So our first. Okay. So our first marketing tool is social media. What we do is we regularly update our Facebook and Twitter account. They're actually linked together. So anything that we post on Facebook is directly posted on Twitter. We search for celebrities wearing items that we are selling online on our website. We realize it's the best way to attract attention, because always women like to see, for example, their items worn on celebrities, and they would want to buy it. The second tool that we use is viral marketing. We showed you our first video, and now later on I'm going to show you, it's like an avant-premiere for our new advertising campaign. I hope you like the video. And we also have our YouTube account. We keep on updating it with our videos. The third marketing tool that we use is emails. We send daily emails to our members, reminding them always about what's selling on Chouchic.com. We find it as an amazing tool to retain our customers, to spread awareness, and also to increase the recurrence of our purchases. And another thing that we also did is we hosted a fashion show at Whiskey Mist. It was actually the first fashion show. The event was called Fashion House Thursdays, and we were the first to host the fashion show there. And we're planning on doing many other fashion shows. We realized that it creates a great buzz, and that we had an amazing press releases after the website, and we had amazing coverage. These are a couple of examples. One of them was on a website called Khabar Ajil, and another one was on Ragmag. And our last technique that we use is editorials. We always update press about what's happening about Chouchic.com, and that's also another way to create buzz and to always remind people what's happening. And I'm sure like all of you always check blogs online, you always check other websites, and you buy magazines. And now we'll show you the video.
Thank you.
So we still did not share this on Facebook or on YouTube, and we'd like to have your honest opinion. What do you think? Do you like it?
The concept behind it was it's trying to explain what you would hate about regular shopping and why you would shop online instead. So it's all the annoying things about shopping. One of them was waiting for your wife at shopping. We have a yes, how did you hear about that?
On Facebook.
Exactly, on our page, valet parking delete.
Yes,
exactly.
We were supposed to do the video of that. We're postponing that for a later date. There you go.
Whether or not my opinion is, I'm waiting. Her value proposition of why she would go to Chouchic is the fact that you know, other things, maybe the valet parking, the fact that she can pick whatever she wants, she can get it home, etc. Whether or not I am waiting in the car is very irrelevant, or you know, the walking.
See, this is where you're wrong. I mean,
Okay.
in the sense that the whole point of this is for you, when you get your wife, you tell her, please sit at home and order online from Chouchic rather than me waiting for you in the car.
Yeah, but that means I'm going to be sleeping outside the door, right?
What? You could be sitting watching TV while she's shopping right next to you.
Show you the item directly when you're sitting next to her on the couch.
Yeah, that's when,
it's easier for
you
you.
go something like "Ma بحضر تلفزيون," and that's when you end up on.
Yeah, just from a female perspective, I don't connect with this person.
This is exactly why. This was supposed to be for the male, because we already have 2 other female ones.
But how much male will drive females to this website? This is
How much influence?
This is just from advertising background. This is from advertising background. This is how you, I mean, I see it as a bit of a waste because you're targeting males who's gonna drive me to this website as opposed to driving me.
The idea behind this was these are supposed to be shared virally on Facebook. And statistics show that males share more videos than females do. So we wanted to actually not target the males in reality, but we wanted the, yeah, sorry?
When it comes to shopping too?
No. I mean, in general.
Sharing the videos.
Exactly. It's supposed to be something, it's supposed to create a buzz, like you're talking about it. Like you saying, oh, this is not real, that's not true, because et cetera, it's going to happen. It's the idea of actually driving people to talk about it. And there are two other videos that you will relate to. So one being like the annoying sales clerk, the other one being, I don't shop at outlets, like I'm not seen shopping at outlets, etc.
What I'm thinking is in terms of the competition, because I think there are other websites offering discounted clothes, but what I don't see in your video is like what's your competitive advantage, because the concept is new, but there are other websites also developing. And another question is related to the keywords like chic in the website, and you have high-end shopping, and I think that there is something that is not linking to the actual content of the video.
This is not ready. We're not actually showing it. This is just the idea.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely you're going to actually see like discounted online shopping. That definitely has to relate. Yes, Samir.
How big is this campaign in comparison to your previous campaigns?
Oh, that's our launching campaign.
So this is the big launch campaign?
Yes.
Wouldn't you think that the big launch campaign would have a lot more to do with your value proposition?
Well, it will. The
Your
other,
value proposition isn't online shopping. Your
It's
value
this
proposition is discounted
Yeah.
online shopping.
but that
So
will
that doesn't
appear.
come out in this.
We have
Okay.
more still.
Sorry?
This is just like a little part of
Okay.
the whole campaign. So maybe if we had the other parts shown, you guys would have maybe understood it more, but that was just for you guys to see. And
But
we just-
this will actually indicate the discounted online shopping. This is
Yeah.
not the final one.
It's
This
not
was
the final.
Okay.
Actually, just to add to your point, another subtle maybe you don't realize it, but I think ladies would relate to it a bit more. It's something that caught my attention, is the fact that you're not just selling, your value proposition is not just discounted high-end shopping. The fact that you are going and picking them up, right? Certain items for certain things.
Exactly.
And the experience of the team is in certain fashion industry, like you were saying you were in Milan, you were saying that you are in London, so you have some form of background that people in this region would kind of relate to, something from Europe. So that also is something that is an added value proposition that might not be standing out there, but still it must, I would think it would come in valuable if you somehow imply it, okay?
Making it personal, which is always good.
Right.
Don't do a launch campaign without having something, even in the very last slide, that is basically what your mission statement is. Okay, and maybe catch your way. Because high-end shopping in your comfort zone is not your mission statement. Okay, it may be one of the parameters of your mission statement, but what you would effectively are doing is high-end shopping at massively discounted rates online. Okay, that's your mission statement. So,
But wait, you're saying something that we shouldn't put that at the end?
No, I think you should put that on every.
Oh, but but that's not saying we are going to do that. This was just
This is
a trial one.
Okay.
It's just a trial.
Okay.
So.
No, what I think Sara is pointing out,
We didn't plan this, but
No.
but I think he's a statement that actually defines who you are.
Exactly.
Right? So in your case, it might be something like saying quality products at affordable prices, or but something that relates to who you are as a business.
Something like cheaper brands.
but that kind of thing, not just a value proposition of your company.
All right.
And I know you're going to change the message, but make sure that it is very, very clear, because if I didn't know what Chouchic was.
You would understand what it is. I agree with you 100%. That's why it's the avant-premiere, not the actual one. So as you said, there's a lot of competition in the market, and what defines us from them. This is the graph. This is the direct competition, and everything around us is indirect. These are the private sale or the flash websites that are in Europe and in the US, not the MENA region. These are the ones in the MENA region. Everything on that side is actually just online stores, Middle East, non-MENA. So I'm going to start with who they are so you get a better idea of where we stand. Vente Privée is the first to actually create the flash sale concept. They started about 10 years ago, and they're one of the largest currently worldwide. Gilt is also the pioneer of flash sales. Gilt is the pioneer of flash sales in the US. They're currently worth $4 billion. They tap the market properly, and they realize what the growth potential is. So Brand Ali Carcosa are from Europe, London, and then you've got Ideal and Ulala. There's a lot out there in Europe and the US. The market is just filled with them. But when you come to the Middle East, when we started to work on this project, there weren't Seeqnce or Marca VIP yet. During that period, Seeqnce was introduced about a year and a half ago. They originate from Dubai. And Marca VIP is from Jordan, and they also started about, I think, a year ago. Exactly. And I don't know if you guys are reading the news, but they just raised $5 million in capital to expand their operations, which is fabulous. But what differentiates us from Seeqnce and Marca VIP is the actual products we put on our website. What we do is we deliver luxury and new designer brands. What they have is a mixture of what they get their hands on. So you're going to see a Fendi bag next to a Zara top, next to Vera Moda shoe, for instance. But what you won't see on our website is you won't see a Zara top, and you won't see something you would find on your local high street. What we're trying to do is we try to keep it high-end and new designer brands that are not currently in the Middle East. So we're getting something new. That's in terms of competition.
Sorry, how do you define luxury? Just, like, what's considered luxury? Is it Versace or is it Manouche?
You don't consider Manouche, because we do mid to high-end. So Manouche is considered mid, but we wouldn't do anything lower than that. So it's the day-to-day stuff that you would find in your boutique that you would like to go to. So if you guys want to hear about statistics, let's talk about that. When we first launched, as I said, if you read, you realize that a good idea is a good idea. And what you needed before to do in 2 years, you can now do in a couple of months. As I previously mentioned, we started the website and we finished it in 8 months, from the design all the way to actually developing the software, etc. So we didn't want to do the pre-launch and wait till we got a certain number of clients and then launch the website, because we actually wanted to test it. So we tapped into our social network, and literally 2 days before the website launched, we sent out 350 invites to everybody we know, and that's when people registered. So we had them join the waiting list, and 2 days later we sent out the invites for everybody to join. Currently we are at 1,200 members, and at the end of the year our pessimistic point of view is reaching 40,000 members. Dina will explain to you why we're at 1,200. In our predictions, we were supposed to be higher than 1,200, but we're going to explain why we're only at 1,200. Let's talk about this side. So, for whoever wants to do the math, you can. 28% of our members have actually purchased, so there is demand. People do buy online. 13% of these 28 actually use their mobile devices, so BlackBerry, iPhones, or iPads, to actually purchase online. And all of this and that are all through word of mouth and people directing you. We did not do any advertising whatsoever. So 67% of the people that have joined have come from referrals, so people telling people, so that's really important. These are statistics that I'm not going to go through, but if you're interested in knowing how many unique visitors we have, page views, the 5 pages per visit, the time they spend, and the bounce rates.
Where is that per?
This is throughout when we started, so 3 months now. So it's from September till December. This is exactly our figure of the members that have logged in, logged out. Dina's going to explain a little bit about the problems we faced, because it all sounds good to now, but every startup always faces a problems, and she'll explain challenges.
Okay, so what are the challenges that we have faced so far? We summarize them into 3 main points. The first one is introduction of a new concept, which was the flash sales. Buying online in the Middle East is common, but not as common as in Europe and US. It's a new concept, especially in Lebanon, and flash sales is also a new concept. So what we faced in the beginning, for example, we used to introduce each sale for 48 hours, and then the sale would disappear from the website. So we had clients emailing us and contacting us, asking us, for example, about a certain pair of jeans that they saw online and can't find anymore. So we had to explain to them about the flash sale concept, and then we had to change to adapt to their needs. We had to change from 48 hours to 1 week. So now on Chouchic.com, each brand or each sale lasts for 1 week. Others were what we call constructive criticism, and that's what helped us to improve the website. People were complaining that the website was too dark because the background was black. We changed it into a white background now. And we made the font even larger, so now it's easier for our members to navigate the website, and now they can spend more time even in selecting what they want. And our last challenge that we, of course, like all businesses face, is day-to-day operations. None of the businesses run smoothly. You always face problems, and what we had, for example, just to let you in on a little secret, we had a minor problem today. Our website stopped working. It was down for 1 hour in the morning. And I mean, it's normal because the website, you have to treat it as a human being. A person gets sick, a website also gets sick, and it gets down. So you have to find a way to always maintain it and to always follow up. And what's most important is that we shouldn't panic. We didn't panic. We were very calm for some reason. And we found a solution, we dealt with it, and now it's up and running again. So the graph here shows an overview of our members from the day we launched up until December. As you can see, that this was our launch period. And then we had our modification, and that's when we stopped all advertising, since we were doing a bit of modifications to the website. You can see that it was a bit down. And then again, it went back up in December, and that's when we introduced our new interface, and that's when we called it like our beta phase ended. And we are planning on reintroducing advertising.
And what we mean by advertising is just Facebook. And that is excellent to actually drive your business up, by the way. We did a couple of magazine inserts that, yeah, because your target is not the magazine readers, it's the online readers.
And it's easier to see an ad online and then directly link it to the website than to see it in a magazine and then go get your iPad or whatever and link to the website.
And just to let you know, this spike right here is when we introduced the McQueen Week. We had a McQueen Week, and that was fabulous for the website.
Okay, so in conclusion, our advice to you or to anyone who is interested in starting their own business. First of all, you should believe in yourself and believe in your idea, and you should love it. And you should be smart in building a solid team. You can't do it alone. You need someone to help you morally and also to help you in day-to-day operations. You have to be ready for criticism. You're going to get a lot of criticism. And as I mentioned before, most of it will be constructive, so you have to accept change. And in the end, of course, never quit. You have to never, ever give up. That's it.
Thank you.
Just the whole that kind of industry where you have flash sales, group flash sales.
Group ones.
Do you think that is teaching your market more about this kind of thing indirectly, right? But at least it's teaching them. And given that, are you thinking of going lower, going back to something under a week, or do you find a week to be the more reasonable option for you?
All right, to answer your question, definitely Groupon's or GoNabit's social, what was it? Living Social, definitely has created awareness about actually using online and using it as like a service and a product rather than just e-banking or browsing. So they're definitely creating awareness for us, which is excellent. Has it helped in terms of, or would we change and go back to the 48-hour thing? Maybe. The thing is, you can play with time. It's not definite that it has to be for 1 week, but at the beginning, it's really important to give them time to actually understand how it works. Believe it or not, they vary. For instance, Guilt doesn't do the 48 hours. They do less. They do 36 hours. Kokoza in Europe changed their 48 hours to 5, sometimes 7, sometimes even a month. So you can change that, and it depends on what the brand is, what the product is that you're trying to push across, and according to that, you would know. Some, like honestly, we had a sale that sold out in the same day. So it's supposed to be for 48 hours, or that was when we were still doing it for 48 hours. We had a pair of brand called Seeqnce jeans. They sold on the same day. We sold out the entire page, so it doesn't make sense to keep it for the whole week. So obviously, so it really depends.
Actually, I have I just have another question, which is a side thing. I noticed from the movie that, at least from where I'm standing, your biggest threat right now is that you would be too successful. Because from what I see right now, you're doing, I mean, as a team, which is a small team, I'm guessing the 3 of you, I'll add maybe 2 or 3 more people helping, but that's it. But you're doing everything. You're picking the clothes up, so you're going physically there. You might not be doing all the photography because you said you're outsourcing it, but still some of that. You're wrapping up the things, you're sending them, etc. So that's a lot of work. If you get a massive thing like what you're projecting, 40,000, but you don't get it in Q4, but you get it in Q2, what do you do with that?
What do we do?
Because there's an image question. So that's really my question.
Image or operations?
No, there's an image question, because if you hit the wall of I have 20,000 orders, but you can't, because you're making a statement, you're saying we'll deliver it to your house in 48 hours, that's a guarantee. If you start delivering it in 72 hours, your image, and
I'm gonna definitely answer your question. We will not jump from 1,200 to 20,000. Whatever the number is, if it happens in Q2 or Q4, we will see that grow. So when we realize we can't handle it ourselves, that's when we grow the team. There's always room to grow. That's why we showed our organizational chart. Just like we will grow our team, our operations will definitely grow. I mean, we are currently operating from Lebanon, but we do have people that will help us from Dubai, from Saudi Arabia. That, I mean, as soon as we grow out there, they're willing to start. So we have planned out our
the seeds of growth.
Exactly. Thank you.
What do you do with the rest of the stock once the flash sales are over?
There are 2 types or 2 ways of actually acquiring stock. There's something called SOR, sale or return, and there's actually purchasing the stock. So some of the stock that we have, we reintroduce into the sale on a later date, and whatever does.
You redo the flash.
Of course, yeah, because I mean, don't forget, this is a 1-week period, so you're not hitting your 1,200 clients or your soon-to-be 40,000 clients in that 1 week. So it's always important to reintroduce the brand, not right after each other, on a later date, just in case that person didn't see it. We did notice, so there's a lot of things we did introduce at the beginning that we reintroduced now, and that sold now, not at the beginning.
But how new are the garments? Or, I mean, how many seasons you can?
Some of it is actually current season, but it's at the end of the season. So let's say it was this spring summer, we got it though at the end of spring summer. So when the store had it on 50%, we also had it on 50% or 60 even, sometimes even lower. So it's very current and just like 1 or 2 seasons previous to that, because nobody keeps stock more than 2 seasons previous to that. So you'll never find something you won't wear. And as we mentioned, we actually hand select the items, so we make sure that everything we get is something somebody would wear.
What was your strategy behind? What was your strategy behind doing memberships upon invitations only?
So, Dina, I'm gonna let you answer that because we changed that. Because
you're spending on advertising, and I'm coming to your website and I'm turned off. You know what I mean?
What we did in the beginning, we had members only. We had a waiting list actually, and then we had also an invitation code. So if you had an invitation code from your friend, a friend who invited you, you can directly log in, and if not, you have to join the waiting list. But then also we got criticism regarding that. And because I mean, people don't understand the idea of flash sales because other websites also have a waiting list and an invitation code. We changed that.
Sorry, one of the comments was, I don't go on waiting lists.
Yeah, exactly. Which is for me a typical Lebanese attitude. إنه أنا ما بنطر لا إنه ما ححط حالي waiting list. No, honestly, that was the reaction.
Were you in beta launch?
Yes. Yeah, that's why we only launched it in Lebanon, and we didn't do any launch campaign because we wanted to see what the reaction is. Our business model was based on the European and the American, so the vente privée and the guilds, not on a Lebanese or a Middle East or MENA one. So we did realize that our bounce rate was really high because people got to the website and did not know what to do. Technically, we got rid of the membership, and we just you have to have you need to register because you are buying online.
How long did you keep this membership thing on?
We suspended it first of November, I think, or mid-November.
Before. So it was 2 months.
No, less. No. It was during our fashion week actually.
Exactly.
Fashion show.
Just to answer that, I think I've been on a waiting list for a website for 6 months.
What website is that?
And you got turned off.
No, eventually I got the emails, and now they send me emails every day. But like I was on the waiting list for 6 months, and it just happens. If you're in bed alone, not your website.
Is it a regional or?
It's something regional they launched recently, and it's not like it's like a group buying, so we know what it is.
We all know.
Yeah. I've been on the waiting list forever, and they recently launched, and they're on. But I mean, it's normal because
6 months is not normal because they're not ready.
I'm saying 2 months requesting and knowing that there's a membership code that you can get it somehow is one thing, but actually going to a website that says, put your mail in and we'll let you know when we're out is, ridiculous.
There is also another, we're going to get to your question. There's something that I also need to mention is that when we were doing this, when we were doing our research, all the other business models like ours that were there you had to register.
Regional?
No, international. But currently, they changed that because I think they also realized that it's no longer a private thing. Because when they first did it, it was members only. It was supposed to be like the private sale. But because there's a lot of players in the market, they changed that. So whoever wants to view the products can, but when you want to buy, you need to register. So you still need to register, but it's not on a waiting list. So a lot of people realizing that that's not in the demand anymore. That's why we changed that as well. We're going to get his question first and then get back to you, Fadi.
First, congratulations. Seriously, you seem to have a solid idea and well, the company you're running out. So congrats.
Thank you.
The presentation was professional, so double congrats. To go into the question, you're saying 70% discount.
Up to 70%.
Okay, up to 70%. And and you're saying that a lot of the brands are not existing in Lebanon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is up to 70% compared to what? The price? Which price?
The retail price, what you would actually buy in store.
Where in the country? Where it's in the US?
Yeah, technically, because there's something called suggested retail price.
Okay.
Here or the US. Here, of course, it's marked up by, I don't know, 10-15% depending on customs and taxes. But no, we don't play with the prices. So if in the USA we sell this at $125, we have to put on our website that it's sold for $125. I mean, as the retail price.
So it's the retail price coming from the supplier from its country.
Exactly.
Because it differs according to different countries. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, and when you're dealing with brands that already have
existence here.
How's the relationship with the distributor? Are you dealing directly with the supplier, or are you dealing with the distributor here? And if so, is he or she being inclined to do this?
I get your point.
Sorry, and if there's exclusivity somewhere?
Yeah.
That's the thing. The thing is, it really depends. It's on a case to case. So it depends on who your supplier is. Sometimes you go directly to the supplier. Sometimes you go directly to the actual retail store. If the retail store wants to deal with us, they have to contact the supplier, tell them that we're going to get rid of our stock in such a way through this medium of channel. If they get the acceptance, then they sell it to us. If not, then we don't get that brand. If the brand doesn't exist in Lebanon, we'd go directly to the brand itself and we get it from there. And if there are any exclusivity agreements, as I said, we don't go to a brand where we know it's exclusive in Lebanon unless they get the agreement. So it's either the supplier contacts the brand or the brand contacts the supplier in the agent in the Middle East. So really, it's on a brand-to-brand basis. So you play it both ways.
Because most of it is exclusive, actually.
Yeah, like.
I mean, when you have IHG Group that have most of the big brands, what are you going to do with these brands? Are you sending them here?
Yes, some of them they don't have full exclusivity for. Some of them do. The one let's say it's a brand to brand. So the brand itself always contacts and asks, can we sell to this medium of channel? And it shouldn't be a conflict because what we're selling is old stock and not current stock, so it doesn't tarnish. I mean, it doesn't create channel conflicts because they're selling the new collection, we're selling the old collection. When your merchandise doesn't become what's in your store, you can't say it's none of their business. They don't care what happens to it. Some of the brands say, get rid of it. Some of the brands say, no, if you don't keep it in your store, you have to send it back to me or try and find a way to sell it. Yes, Fadi, it's your turn.
My question is about scaling. Now, this industry, I'm guessing, is very similar to the group buying industry where the top 2 companies take it all and they have like 80% of the market.
Absolutely.
And all the small ones fight for the breadcrumbs. I'm guessing you don't want to be the ones fighting for the breadcrumbs, you don't want to be fighting the big chunk.
Absolutely.
So my question is, now it's cute in the sense that you have 1,200 users, it's working well, fat on the back, that sort of thing. But this is going to get hot very quickly. I've seen the competitors, and there's the other one as well, there's Dina and others that are popping up every other day. Quite a few of them possibly better funded than you guys. So my question is, what is your biggest bottleneck? So at some point it's going to become a race. It's not about your differentiator. It's not about how smart you are or how well you play your network. It's about we need to grow very quickly now by pumping as many things as we can. Where is it that you are the slowest? What's your bottleneck? Is it getting your inventory in? Is it internally the team in the sense that getting the product ready to go online? Where is it the slowest?
Definitely not inventory. There's abundance of inventory just in the region itself. We're not even talking about contacting the brands directly. Our bottleneck is the speed, as you said. We are a 3-people team in the office currently, but we do outsource a lot. But if we are to grow as fast and create awareness the way we want, we definitely need to grow our team so we can grow with it. So that is our bottleneck. So what we're trying to do right now is recruit the right people, because at the end of the day, an idea is an idea, but what makes an idea work is your team. So the people you hire are people you trust and people you know will give you sound advice and will help you grow the business the way you want it.
Yes, but within the team, what is your priority in terms of, in any company have multiple processes, again, for the fulfillment part, the acquisition part, etc. What is the part that is taking you the longest to do? What is the slowest thing? What is your pain point that needs to address essentially if you are to be able to scale more?
Really, there actually isn't a slow. If we get stock today, it's on the website in a week. So there is no slow parts. As I previously mentioned to yourself, we work more than 16 hours a day, and we work 7 days a week. So we get the stock in, we do at least 100 items a day of photo shooting. They need 2 days to get retouched, photoshopped, etc. because of the backgrounds. And then we resize. That's what the design team would do. They would resize it, upload it, get the information about it, and it's on the website. So it's, from the day we get the stock till the day it's on the website, that's about a week and a half max. So, yes.
What is the size of your team at the moment?
In the office, we're 3, and then we have the rest are all outsourced.
Okay, and what is the cost of your outsourced versus the local?
Same thing. There it's, yeah.
Okay.
So
you're looking at a team of effectively 6 people.
Yeah, exactly. 6 or 7.
and you're looking to grow that team.
Definitely.
When on the graph do you expect to grow that team?
Now. Yeah.
Do you think that that might be more a problem of bad processes than of a lack of team?
What do you mean?
6 people is a lot of people. I can tell you, GoNabit was a 3-person team up until they hit maybe 10,000 subscribers, if not more. And they might still be a 4-person team. They don't do as much as you do, okay, as in they sell other people's wares. But there might be, because I know that hiring is one of the most difficult things to do in this country.
Definitely.
There might be a lot of capacity for becoming more efficient in what you do before you start hiring or before you find the right hire. Meaning your processes seem to be, like just by the couple of things you said, they seem to be extremely non-efficient. You get the items, you photoshoot them, then you Photoshop them, then you...
You have to.
I know, I agree.
These are steps that you can't avoid.
I'm not saying the steps need to be, I'm not saying the steps need to be eliminated. I'm saying the steps themselves may be potentially streamlined in a way that would cut the time. I'm just saying,
Can you give me an example of like how you...
Because I have to see the process itself.
Okay.
But generally, because you seem to be up and running and getting some sales done, the immediate reaction is let's grow the team. Okay. But it might be a lot easier to look internally and see what it is that's slowing you down. Because 6 people is a lot of people.
Right now we're actually, yeah, technically we're looking for...
With an outsourced team. You're 3 with people who are your photographer.
Our photographer. So what?
And your advertising.
Advertising was just for the launch campaign. It's just a one-time thing. Or every time we need them.
And your computer people.
These are just our hosts. That's why we need a webmaster. So basically we need a webmaster and we need a design team.
Okay.
And if we find that we have time, then we can personally do our social media. But currently, because we're doing all of this, we don't even have the proper time allocated for growing the social media the way we wanted it.
Okay, so your design team is 1 person or many?
No, it's just 1 person.
Okay.
Which is currently distributed throughout
so you're
the
insourcing. You're not extending you're not effectively extending because your design team will be doing the photography.
No, because they can't. That is the critical point of the website. Because if you read, I don't know, you haven't seen it, but when we first started till now, the product image has changed drastically from the mannequin we used to the way it was photographed to the lights to the background, etc. So at the end of the day, this is what makes or also breaks it, because people, fine, you get them to go into your website, but it's the products you have and it's the way you display them.
Okay, just be very careful with that.
Okay, you guys choose your order.
I thought.
He hasn't asked, so please. Wait.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that first slide, you listed the 5 steps, 70% discount, free delivery, and return. I think this was really catchy. When I came to this room, I didn't know anything about Chouchic. And when you said this thing, I really wanted to go to the website and see if you said anything for me. So if you use this in an advertising campaign, it might be much better than the current advertising campaign. About the video, I think it targets men more than women.
Yes. That one in particular was for men, because what we had were all women, and we were not focusing anything on the men, and we needed to, yeah, exactly, pull them together.
I have a comment about it. I think the ending was not so nice. About the delete. I think this.
The concept of the delete was the whole point. Was deleting what you won't do in your normal day shopping.
Okay, I meant the design of the.
Oh.
It looked cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you're doing a lot of
mental notes.
Just you can't convince yourself. You're saying you want to attract men and other types of customers than your current core group, which is women.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also saying you want to be niche and maintain it as a high-end thing. So getting the men and then getting them in an environment like this to convince their women to actually go on the website, it might not work at all. I mean, it's like this.
Wait, let's get him and then we'll get to you. Sorry.
Okay, for the delivery part, like,
Have you faced any challenges on this? Because I know personally here in Lebanon, like the address system is quite poor. So how do you overcome doing the deliveries?
Okay.
Do you actually have to have like a random spot or like a PO, a post office spot?
No. Delivery, okay, everything that's been regional in Lebanon, we did not get DHL or Amex to do that, because living in Lebanon, you have to be witty. As you said, you need to know the roads. So there, we actually have two different deliveries couriers that we work with. So when one is full, we use the other one, or vice versa. And it's really, really easy. We have not faced any delivery issues. They've all been delivered on time, etc. Because when it's everything works here on delivery. So your delivery. Yeah.
But usually when you call, it's like, I live here and take this right turn.
That's why on the website there is your landmark. So we have an example next to Supermarket X, because it's not like you have address 1, address 2. It's I live behind the Saudi embassy, the right left of like Villa Darwiche or something.
But sorry, apparently with Libon Post, you can actually call them and get a proper address.
Yes.
So that's something I think.
No, but we don't ship to PO boxes in Lebanon, because you need to sign that you received it, 1, and 2, they actually have postcodes. We are in postcode 113. If you didn't know, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
yes.
My question is more regarding your vision of Chouchic in the long run. From what I know of the flash sales model, it kind of boomed in the past few years. Guild, for example, was founded in 2007. You really saw a big boom in 2009, and throughout those 2 years, because the recession. So that there was large inventory at very slashed prices for discounted luxury items. Now, according to what I read, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Now what's happening is that because the economy is kind of getting better, and manufacturing, people want to slash production. So the prices are going back up. So even though Guild is making $500 million in revenue and it's worth over $1 billion, it's unprofitable. So you find groups like Guild kind of transitioning and expanding their model so that they're not just selling clothes. I mean, what do you have to say about that in terms of how that fits into your vision of Chouchic?
Okay. 1, I like you've done your research. And 2, we are not sticking just to clothes, women, and accessories. Guild started with women, then expanded to men, then expanded to home, taste, city.
So is that your vision for Chouchic?
Absolutely, of course. But you don't jump with all your feet into a pool where you, I mean,
no, of course you don't.
So we started off with women, that's why we're going to introduce men, and then definitely we're going to introduce home, kids, travel maybe even, and taste. So there is potential to grow. I need to explain something. I didn't say that we're not putting Zara because it's not a good brand. Personally, half my closet is Zara and the other half is designer brand. I mean, you're not going to wear designer head to toe. You might be wearing your Zara pants and a designer shirt. That is not my point. What we're trying to do is we're trying to keep a level of introducing new brands. Okay, so when I tell you that I have certain brands that you're familiar with, I'm just going to give an example. We don't have these brands, like let's say D&G, Gucci, etc. And I bring a brand from the States, for instance, Alice and Olivia. You're going to be like, who are they? Why would I pay $300 for their shirts? But if you already knew that this is the caliber of brands we have, and I introduce such a brand, you're going to understand, oh, they're as good as they are, for them to bring it and for them to be that expensive. But if I say, okay, I have Zara, XXX, and then I have D&G and blah, and then I bring this brand that's $300, you're not even going to look at it or touch it, because you'll be like, I don't know where it stands. Is it overpriced, or is it actually good quality, etc. So we're trying to keep a stable brand image.
My question was actually, what is your strategies against going against such websites as Marca VIP? They have 700,000 members and they have millions and millions of dollars of investment behind them. So that's my question. What is your strategy?
That is your, exactly. It's
because in terms of brands, I mean, I don't see it as a strong, point of differentiation. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Can I just add something?
Yes.
They didn't start with Zara on their website.
No, I don't think.
I mean, Marca VIP and Seeqnce, when they first opened up, they didn't have Zara on their website. They had Chanel and then at really later stage, they started adding Converse and other stuff. But it took them some time. It didn't happen.
Yeah, and to be very honest with you, when we started with really high-end brands like Alice and Temperley and Fione, and they were very high price points. And we realized these price points don't sell as much as the lower price points, which are the mid-range, which are your seaweed jeans and your manouche.
Your position as luxury, a luxury destination, it's a bit, for the consumer, it's a bit misleading for me because luxury for me means design, like high-end. I'm talking Versace, Chanel, but then again you're saying we're mid, you know? It's just a bit misleading for the consumer.
What would you consider?
I would consider all of those high-end, like I'm talking Versace, Chanel.
No, I'm saying what would you consider manouche, for instance?
Manouche is mid to high.
Okay.
It's not luxury.
Yes, I think it's luxury
yeah.
for me, and I'm saying for the masses, we're not having a niche. No.
Yeah, exactly.
And then to me, I'm not a normal person consumer. I know the brands, but to me, for example, I feel like it's up there. I need to spend on it. To me, I'm saying as a normal, I'm not a fashion person.
Yeah.
And no, to me, it's okay. It's a bit luxurious.
Yeah, but there's an actual definition and segmentation, categorization of what's luxury.
It's not really a mass audience to me. And you can't. This is like your segment here, your focus, whatever your segmentation market. To me, I'm not.
It's expensive.
To me, it's expensive, and it has no luxury.
For some people, it is.
As a dodo, my bad.
Yeah, but we're talking about unless you want to consider Hermes luxury.
I just mean the actual definition because when you look at brands, they're actually segmented. There's mass market, there's mid market, there's mid to high, there's high, and there's luxury.
Well, I think they were saying that they were trying to bring in brands that aren't quite found here yet.
Exactly. The thing is, you need to have.
Yeah, that's my question.
You can't just focus on one part. So I can't just focus on luxury and just get the Prada, the Chanel, etc., etc. You need to have something for everybody and keep that image. So we do. We had McQueen, we had Versace. We do have these luxury brands, but at the same time, you need to be able to to be able to also cater to the other people that want to be in the luxury or dress luxurious in a way. Yeah, you haven't asked any questions, so go ahead.
You mentioned in your presentation that the initial subscribers, you were expecting a higher number of subscribers and something went wrong.
Yes.
What was exactly it?
So when as we said, Lebanon was our test market, and as Dina explained, we thought our design, our website was fabulous, and we didn't want to accept any changes because the black layout was. Yes, it was chic, exactly. But then people said they couldn't see it properly. They didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. So when we changed it to white, during this period of change, we suspended all terms of advertising. So we stopped Facebook, we stopped sending emails because we didn't want a client to come, try out a website, realize there was a mistake, realize I didn't like this, and not come back. Because I mean, retaining your customer is really important, and the cost is very high. So we'd rather not grow as fast as we wanted at the beginning, but make sure we actually have an end product that worked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So here's the thing that I want to ask about. You said you put a lot of time into your process, right? To take pictures, the proper mannequin, Photoshop, etc. I think that's very smart. Okay, because what I think you should do, if you have the time, is actually try and find out how many refunds and returns you get because of how much effort you put into this compared to your competitors. Because if I'm a client and I buy something and I return it twice, and I go to you and your price point is 10% higher, but I still don't have to go down the street, but I get it from the first time right, then that's what I want to be. Exactly. Especially if I'm sending it as a gift, right? I don't want people to go back. So yes, your process takes long, but that could be a marketing point for you, right? That could be a key differentiator. It's not just we're getting quality products, but we're also giving you a quality experience, somewhere along those lines. So I think basically leading up to the question is, how many returns, refunds are you getting?
We've had one.
That is something that should be right up there. on the site. Right?
Out of our 28%,
one
we only
refund
won.
in 12 months, right?
No, in 3 months, but no, but yeah, but we.
It's still good.
No, it's actually excellent compared to the sales we've had.
Maybe the refunding is
Because of the
hard.
size.
Like, is returning hard?
No, because it's when you get the email. First of all, have you purchased anything from our website?
No.
Okay.
I just joined this week.
Great. So when you purchase, you'll realize that as soon as you put in.
Sorry, I've never bought anything from a Lebanese website. I don't know card details. How do you
No.
make payments?
We of course there's a company called NetCommerce. They're a gateway. So when you press pay now, it takes you to their website. It's very secure. We don't save any of the credit card information. And when you place your order and you press pay now or the confirmation button to pay, you automatically get a confirmation email that your payment's been processed, what your order is, and your invoice. And on that, it gives you the details of how to return it. At the same time, when we send the product to you, you get a packing list that says, in case you want to return it, how to do it. So you go onto the website, you press return, you type in your button, your order number, you press enter, you choose the item you want to return and the reason for return. This is to keep track of why people are returning it. So you do have the size, the fit, the color, it didn't look like it did on the website, etc. So, and then when you do that, we'll send you directions on how to actually return the package. Because it's free delivery, so we need to tell you, you need to contact this person to pick it up, etc.
So a 3-step process with 1 refund in 3 months. That's still something to boast about.
Yay!
I mean, in that kind of work, right? Very simple. We're not getting refunds because it's very hard. It's very simple, but we get one in X amount of times because we're that good.
Exactly.
Basically.
Advertising.
Exactly.
I like you now.
When you want to start targeting men, will you also use designer brands? Because most men don't really care about designer brands.
That's a very smart question.
I'd say most men.
There's a lot
No.
for the Lebanese men.
Our men concept is going to be completely different than our women concept. But at the end of the day, a man doesn't care if you're wearing D&G on a shirt that big or anything. I know we are in Lebanon.
Usually, I mean, if
We are in Lebanon. Exactly. So as buyers, we know what the demand is because a lot of people actually ask, so what is it that you're going to get? Can you get, oh, and we get a lot of requests. They say, can you get this brand, that brand, this brand, or can you please get that? So that helps a lot. So we kind of know the way to go. So the funky t-shirts, the pair of jeans you don't find in your everyday store.
Will you introduce athletic clothes?
Yes, we will.
I think this is a very important point. For example, the only thing I bought regarding clothes online was the Barcelona t-shirt.
Mental note again. Okay.
Another question?
No, you answered.
Can I ask questions now?
Yeah.
Since we're a small team, tell me a little bit about yourselves and where you're coming from so I understand where your point of view or your questions. So I understood you had a boutique in Saudi Arabia and you just moved here and you're a designer. Yeah. Would you like to add anything to that?
No, nothing really. I'm just trying to understand how the market functions in the fashion industry, how it operates. I don't really know much. I started with the boutiques and all of this, and now I'm seeing the entrepreneurs and the ideas that they have to offer.
Okay, we'll have coffee and we'll tell you all about it. Please.
I'm a fashion designer. I started my label 1 year ago, and before that I've worked into the fashion for 6 years, retail.
What's your label called?
That's in the name, it's in my name.
Please. We'll check that out. The ladies?
We're both advertising from
Okay. Sir, answer.
You want to answer this?
Me? Oh, I have nothing to do with the industry, which is why I haven't said much. I'm in venture capital. I'm an investor.
Oh, great. So you obviously see the potential. All right.
I have nothing to do with the fashion too. I just came to see how your business would work. I'm working at my family's business and I'm doing MBA.
Okay. What's your family business?
It's about hardware and hardware accessories, door accessories, handles, locks. so it's really not related to this at all. But I really wanted to know how your business is working, business-wise, not.
I can say we're doing excellent. Knock on wood.
I'm actually a fine jewelry designer.
Okay.
I'm looking to create my own online shop, so that's why I'm doing it.
Great. And the lady next.
I am a graphic designer, and I'm working as a freelancer.
Wait for us. Yourself.
I'm actually unemployed, seeking employment, but I've been supporting the blog since May, and I just decided recently to localize it, so whatever's going on.
What's your blog called?
It's called I Love Garlic Bread.
Nice.
Meet. She said a lot of great things about you.
Yeah, so that's it.
Great. So okay, you're hired.
A few years ago, my friend was doing her MBA in Stanford, and she was working on something like this, and I was helping her.
For the Middle East?
Yeah, but she's working in Airbnb now, which is a very hot startup in the Bay Area.
Okay, that's excellent. Lady in beautiful red glasses. Okay.
I wanted to start my business, but I failed it out. That's why.
Never fail. That is our really. You will be put down a lot. People will tell you, oh, this is not a good idea or this won't work. But if you believe it will, definitely it will.
I started my website and I was checking the graph all the time to see how many people saw it, how time.
You can't. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't check every 5 minutes to see your progress.
It becomes an obsession.
Exactly. You need to.
Been there, went to the AA meeting.
Exactly. It's like, oh, 101, 103. That's me. And the gentleman in the back.
Engineer.
Okay.
And green energy.
Oh, that's nice. So what are you planning on doing for the Middle East?
If you want to power your server.
With windmills, maybe? Why not? All right. So.
Are there any more further questions, or do you want to ask more questions?
I just have a suggestion. I've noticed your Facebook page is on, it's like 500 something users.
No, it's this isn't. That's an old snapshot.
But I think at 1,000 is the perfect time to have really good one-on-one engagement with your fans. So if you get these fans now to be like your hardcore groupies, you win the social media game at the end.
Yeah.
So now's the time to really give them 2 days a week to do something fun and take it offline.
Yeah, it's a great question actually. How good are you at evangelizing your hardcore fans to start evangelizing themselves?
How good are we? I don't know. How good are we? How do you answer that in the sense of how good are?
You know the Apple kind of thing. You have people who are hardcore fans who are actually telling you I've recruited this many people to Chouchic.
We do. Yes, we do. Because we didn't mention this actually, which was really important. When you become a member, you get to invite your friends to become members, and whoever logs in through your invites and purchases on the website, you get a $15 voucher that you can use on your next purchase. So
Is that working?
Yeah, I mean, is that working? Yeah, a lot of people are actually, because we have a list of who's invited who, or when you actually register using somebody's invite, it tells you who you came through.
But was that working because it was an invitation only? Have you seen a difference now that you opened it?
Yeah.
Like the percentage is lower, obviously.
No, of course you've seen a difference in the terms of our bounce rate. Our bounce rate decreased by 20% from the day we removed the waiting list and members only.
But how many people came? Because there's a lot of hype. I mean, not hype. Sorry. There's a lot of analysis on whether or not when you do things that are invitation only and you get the kind of bad press, I went and didn't find it, people actually come more. This is what happened with Google Plus, right?
That's exactly.
But see, it was Google, they had the resources, but they still did it that way, right? And they still got huge amount of people sign up, even though they got a lot of criticism.
It worked the first time around when Google started their email, their Gmail.
Yes.
Second time around, I don't think it's a really great idea because I personally logged on and I'm not a fan of Google Plus, and I didn't invite any of my.
That's because they didn't do probably maybe a good job at bringing you to Google Plus, but that's a different story. The question is, did you wait? Were you waiting to get that invitation, even though you might have been?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't wait.
Plus, I waited for Google.
Right. So that it might have been a.
And I got disappointed.
Good.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't wait. I'm like, but it's not. There's nothing to wait for.
Yeah, but everyone had a button. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck in your marketing.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Yes, we will. And if you have any requests, please let us know. We'll get your brands.
Yellow shoes. Yellow shoes.
Yellow.
You already have them. You're not getting another pair.
No, I'm sorry. He needs another pair of yellow shoes.
Yeah, they're getting old.
Oh,
30%
sorry.
off.
Yes. So we wanted to give you all a little present for attending, and next time you purchase, you get $30 off your purchase.
So I've been looking for a dress.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The yellow dress.
Looks good on me, man.
Okay.
Sara, are you saying you're getting a yellow dress? Oh no. Let's just man.
Okay, guys. This basically concludes the tonight's session. First of all, thank you very much for coming. I think this is the last one that we're doing this year.